Alright, so the unboxing of these smartwatches tends to be fairly straight to the point because there's not much to include in the small form factor of the packaging. It looks like with this model, Kingware has included the watch directly on the top. It's in a little foam insert. Let me give you guys a quick overview on the watch. You can see right away the LCD on this thing is huge. It's 1.3 inches again, just to reiterate. If you have a small wrist like I do, you may want something a little tinier, otherwise just expect a beefy appearance on the wrist. It's got a nice thickness to it also, definitely a little chunkier than some of the smartwatches that we've looked at recently. The bezel itself kind of has a titanium or dark grayish color to it. On the right hand side we have a microphone and two physical buttons. One is used to navigate throughout the UI and the other is used to power the watch on or off or to put it to sleep. On the opposite side we have our SIM card tray. It's just like a watch, it's just like a handset. You're going to put a little paper clip or tack in here. It's going to pop the tray out and then you can insert your SIM card. We have black rubber straps. The straps don't look like they're anything special. They're not like a silicone or TPU type of material or anything fancy. Just traditional rubber watch straps with an aluminum clasp here. Let me unbuckle it and give you guys a look at the bottom of the watch. So we got a few things going on here. Nothing that we haven't seen before, but we have our heart rate sensor. It looks like a speaker at the bottom and then 4-pin magnetic charging area. I like the fact that this charging area is recessed. It's not going to easily fall out like I've seen with some of the other Chinese smartwatches. And then we also have 4 screws in each corner. I think you can access the SD card area if you remove this little back plate here. I don't see any way of removing the watch straps. They look like they're pretty proprietary, or maybe they're attached to the screws, but I don't think you can replace them if you wanted to do that. And that's it for what I wanted to show you guys now for the watch. We're going to look at the user interface and the software on this a little bit more in a second. Beneath the little foam pad here, we have the rest of the accessories. Looks like we have 2 boxes. We'll see what this one has first. This is a pin for accessing the SIM card tray. They've included this so you don't have to go searching for something small enough to fit in there on your own. And then we have another box. And in this box, it looks like we have the USB charger. We've seen these types before. These are the 4-pin magnetic chargers. And this one is recessed, so it's just going to sit in that little hole like that. And then you plug it into a USB outlet or whatever you want to use for charging it. And then we also have 2 other accessories in here. It looks like the first one is the user manual. The user manual is in English and it's in Chinese, and it's going to walk you through the basic operation on the smartwatch, where to download the apps, how to utilize the core functionality, all the good stuff that you need to know in order to use it properly. And then they've also included a secondary screen protector. We saw earlier that the watch came with the screen protector by default, but if you manage to lose that or damage it or something, there's a secondary one in the event that you ever need it. So that's it, guys, for the unboxing and overview of the hardware and the accessories. Let's fire this thing up now and take a look at the software and see what it looks like. Alright, so here's a look at the stock watch face. I'm just going to quickly go over this for you guys real quick. If you want to change watch faces, you can hold this main screen down. We have a few different defaults here. Looks like there's 4 or 5 other watch faces you can choose from. And this is actually the default one that was on the watch when I turned it on for the first time, but it's pretty generic looking. So I chose to go with this one here to the left because it gives us the day and the time, battery life, network connectivity. It's just a more useful user interface in my opinion. From the screen, we can also quickly access the app drawer. If we swipe from top to bottom or left to right or whatever direction, it'll take you to a screen like this. And here is where you can manage all of the smart functionality to the watch. We have a dialer, there's a messaging application, a contacts application, call logs. You can manage your Bluetooth connectivity. There's a pedometer for tracking your steps, sleep tracking, sedentary reminders to get you up and alert, heart rate monitoring, a music application, a voice memo recorder, a video app. These 2 apps actually require that you have the media stored directly on your watch, so you can't use it to remotely control stuff on your phone or your tablet. Just to point that out, we have a remote camera for actually recording video or pictures remotely. There's a notifications drawer, a settings application, a calculator. We have alarms, a full calendar, a stopwatch, a file manager. You can do voice searches using Google Now or Siri, depending on whatever OS you have. And then there's a QR code, which is to install the FundoWare application, I believe, or some sort of sport tracking activity application that you can use on your handset or your tablet to review that stuff historically or in real time. So that's it for the software on the KW18. Let's wrap this up and I'll give you guys my final thoughts. Alright guys, that is going to do it for today's look at the KW18 smartwatch. I hope this demo gave you guys a good idea of how it works or what you can expect from everything out of the box. To give you my quick opinion on it, I feel that it's really a good smartwatch in the sense that it has a different hardware configuration and UI than other cheap, inexpensive Chinese smartwatches that we've looked at recently. It does have a lot of the same functionality also, with that being said, so if you're really shopping around and you're on the market for one of these watches right now, there's a lot of other deals that can be had for watches with a little less or a little more functionality too, so be